You know, there's a certain kind of magic we take for granted every single day. And no, it's not in some dusty old storybook. It lives right inside your phone, your computer. It's like a silent ghost in the machine, anticipating what you want and making it happen with an intelligence that feels, well, effortless.
I mean, think about it for a second. You speak a simple wish into a little piece of glass and metal. Book me a trip. And you just expect the entire world of flights, hotels, and logistics to bend to your will. It feels so simple, right? Instantaneous. It's almost like you're casting a spell.
But what did you really just do? You didn't just speak a sentence. You kicked off this hidden, high-speed chain reaction, activating a whole world of digital agents, all busy making decisions, planning things out, and acting on your behalf. So what are these agents, and how in the world do they actually work? Let's pull back that curtain. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This looks, a little complicated. But don't you worry. This right here is the map to our mystery. It's the journey we're going to take together today. And we'll keep coming back to it as we uncover each piece of this amazing puzzle, one step at a time. So first things first. Every good map needs a legend, right? Before we can start navigating this world, we need to get the language down, the language these agents speak. And it's all built on three really fundamental ideas.
First up, self-governance. The best way to think about this is like an internal compass for the system. It's got its own set of rules, and it can manage itself to get a job done. It's not a puppet. Nobody needs to pull the strings for every little thing it does. It knows its mission, and it has the basic tools to carry it out.
Okay, building on that, we get to agency. And this one is absolutely crucial. Agency is the permission you give the system to act for you. When you say, book me a flight, you're handing it the authority to make choices in your name. You're making it responsible for the outcome.
So if agency is the permission to act, the next logical question is, well, how much can it do on its own? And that is autonomy. It's the degree of freedom the system has to operate without constantly having to check back in with you for more instruction. So let's really nail down this distinction, because it's everything. Agency is about responsibility. It's the system analyzing all the flight options that meet your criteria, like price and time. Autonomy is about freedom. It's the system going ahead and actually booking the ticket with your saved payment info without asking you again. One defines the job, the other defines how long the leash is.
Okay, so our agent has its permission and its freedom. But how does it actually, think? What's the blueprint for its brain, really? Well, it turns out designers had to pick between two very different ways of thinking.
And you can think of these as two different personalities. On the left, you've got the deliberative architecture. We'll call it the planner. It's careful, it models the world, it reasons, it plans out every single step. Then on the right, you've got the reactive architecture, the reactor. It's all instinct. It doesn't plan, it just sees something and does something.
The planner is like a chess grandmaster. It follows this super careful sense, plan, act cycle. It sees the world, updates its massive knowledge base, comes up with a detailed multi-step plan, and only then does it make a move. It's brilliant for really complex problems, but all that thinking can make it pretty slow if things are changing fast. The reactor, on the other hand, is built for one thing: pure speed. It's all stimulus response. If this happens, do that. That's it. This makes it incredibly fast, super responsive, almost impossible to trip up. But what's the catch? It has no memory, no concept of the future. It lives completely in the now. So what do you do if you need both careful planning and lightning-fast reflexes? You don't choose. You build a hybrid. This is the really elegant solution that engineers came up with. A system with two layers working together in perfect harmony. You get a fast, reactive layer for those gut-instant moves, and it's all governed by a high-level, deliberative layer for the big-picture strategy. It's like having the reflexes of a pro athlete guided by the mind of a general.
So we have our smart hybrid agent. But here's the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle. Booking your trip is almost never a solo performance. It's a symphony. To get real things done in the world, you need a multi-agent system, a whole orchestra of these agents, all playing in tune.
The first way they all play together is through cooperation.
This is when multiple agents, each with their own unique abilities, all work towards a single, shared goal that's way too big for any one of them to handle alone. Just picture a team of rescue drones fanning out to map a disaster zone. They're all working together in concert.
But what happens when they have to share things or, not bump into each other? That needs coordination. This is all about managing their dependencies to avoid total chaos. Think about robots on an assembly line. They aren't just doing their one job, they're coordinating every single move to avoid a collision and pass the part along just right.
And that brings us to the most sophisticated interaction of all, negotiation. This is how agents that are basically self-interested can resolve conflicts and make deals. They exchange offers and counteroffers and compromises until they find a solution that works for everyone. And this is how your trip to Seattle actually gets booked.
So when you ask for that trip, you don't just talk to one agent. No way! You unleash a master travel agent. It instantly starts pinging dozens of airline agents who all propose flights and prices. At the exact same time, it's checking with hotel agents about what rooms are available. Then, in this blur of high-speed negotiation, it haggles with all of them to package the perfect deal for you, all in less time than it took me to say that sentence.
So, let's go back to our map one last time and really see the whole picture. Your spoken request, the input, is sensed. The main agent, using its hybrid architecture, plans out a strategy. It then executes that plan by leading a symphony of other agents, using cooperation, coordination, and negotiation to produce the final output, your booked trip. It's not magic. It's a beautiful, intricate dance of pure logic. But there's a crack in this perfect system.
See, the system we've just described is powerful, but it's also incredibly, literal. It needs precise data, airport codes, exact dates, numbers. It can't understand a simple human sentence like, book me a trip to Seattle for next weekend. So how does our very human, kind of messy request get translated into the perfect, logical instructions these agents need to work? That translation, that is the real magic, and it's where generative AI enters the story.